Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Well, today's video is going to be like a de-influencing video. I wanted to do something like this and jump on the trend, but at the same time I didn't want to do videos like what other people are doing out there, where they are just, it's kind of like an anti-haul or like a products that they would suggest that you don't buy. We've been already doing like videos like that, so I just felt like this new trend and the way these videos were circulating around kind of felt like just doing the same videos, but with like a different name attached to it, and suddenly those videos just became so popular. So I didn't want to do the same thing, but I was like, I still want to jump on this trend, so what can I do? And then I came up with this idea, which is basically de-influencing you guys to buy some of my favorite products. So that's what the twist is. So basically I'm gonna talk to you about some of my favorite products, but I'm gonna tell you, like, if you had to not buy these products, like, okay, how do I explain this? Okay, so for example, the first thing we're going to talk about in this video is my favorite retinol, but I still think that there might be an audience out there who would actually not benefit from this product. So that's what I'm going to tell you about. I'm going to talk about my favorite things, but I'm going to tell you who this would not work for, essentially. So for example, my favorite retinol in this entire world is the Earth Rhythm Rapid Renew Concentrate. This is gel based, very lightweight formulation and consistency, and I think that I do think that this would work for everyone, but specifically I do feel like if you have dry skin, there are actually better alternatives out there when it comes to a retinol that will be suitable for your skin, because recently my skin has been acting a little bit dry. I don't know why, because ideally it's the summertime, so like my skin should not be dry, but it has starting like it's feeling a little bit that way. So I feel like I can empathize with like people who've got more dry skin a little bit more now. So I do feel like if you have really dry skin and you want something that's more moisturizing along with giving you the active ingredient benefits, then definitely this is a product that might not be your first choice. Whereas if you have more normal to oily skin like I have, essentially, or I should say I have had, then this is something that you will really like. So if you have dry skin, I would suggest other alternatives, like maybe you could check out the minimalist one, because I've heard and I've seen that one is more of a creamier retinol. You could also get the Thrive retinol, which I've also used and loved. In fact, that's the one that I'm currently using right now. Versus using this is kind of taken a backseat in my collection at the moment, but it is still like my favorite retinol ever, just keeping like the past year and a half in mind. So yeah, that's the Earth Rhythm Rapid Renew Concentrate. Moving on next to another product that I absolutely love when it comes to just skincare in general, and that is SPF. And we are going to talk about my favorite SPF in today's video. It is the Deconstruct skincare gel sunscreen. Now they do have two newer formulations as well, so I want to tell you this is the original one that has been out for quite a few months now, in fact, and this is the most beautiful mattifying sunscreen for oily skin people. So this is something I would actually not recommend to people who have more dry skin. If you're looking for a moisturizing SPF, or if you're someone who's looking for like a two-step, basically like a moisturizer come sunscreen, 2-in-1, I would not recommend this to those people, and I'll tell you why. This is a very lightweight silicone kind of a formulation, and I feel like you need to have a good base underneath to put this on. If you're just doing like a one step and just putting this on and you have more drier skin, I actually feel like, because it's that silicone formulation, it's going to pill up a little bit and it's not going to sit well on your skin. You need to have some moisture, you need to have some sort of base like your serum and your moisturizer underneath with this, to make sure that it's going to blend in super well in your skin. I actually want to know from dry skin people. Like I said, again, I don't have typically dry skin, and I definitely don't use this as a one step. So if you are someone who's like that, like if you have dry skin and you have tried this out by any chance, please let me know. actually, because I do want to know how it would work potentially. As someone, again, like I said, who has more normal oily skin, I really love this product. But again, if you have dry skin, I would not recommend this to you. I would rather recommend and suggest maybe the Dermaco sunscreen. You might like that, or you might like the Dr. Sheth's Ceramide and Vitamin C sunscreen. I think those are better options. But when you see me raving about this specific product in all my videos, keep that note in mind. If you have dry skin, I don't think this is going to work for you. So that's that. Moving on, let's talk about some makeup very quickly. So this is one of the most hyped up, raved about blushes on the internet, and it has been for years and years. But I want to tell you who this is not going to work for. By the way, I'm speaking about the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes. I got this set of, there were actually 5, so there are 4 blushes and then there's 1 highlighter as well, that came in like their holiday set. And these are, again, one of the most hyped up, raved about blushes that I've seen for the past decade almost, I want to say. I'm pretty sure. And when I got them, I was really happy with them. I was very impressed with them, but at the same time, I would say there's a learning curve that is attached with them. So these are one of the most pigmented blushes and one of the most long wearing blushes. These are actually called the 12-hour blushes, and I would actually tell you these are very long lasting. With a lot of other blushes, say for example this Colorbar one that I'm going to take as an example, and I'm also going to talk about this later. This is something, when you first apply it, it will definitely be pigmented, but throughout the day it's going to fade away. If they're basically when you're out and about, your blushes tend to fade. If you have seen anyone talk about makeup products on the internet, you would have heard them say that blushes are like the first makeup product that fades off your skin. And this is actually something, even though I love the formulation, this is something that actually does fade throughout the day and becomes lighter. These, on the other hand, do not. So if you are someone who is a beginner, or you're very heavy handed with blushes, I actually won't recommend the Tarte blushes to you. I have made that mistake countless times. Like right now, you see I have a lot of blush going on, and on camera it actually looks, you know, decent. It looks, again, very blushy, and blushes do wash out a little bit on camera. So you can imagine how pigmented this blush actually looks like in person, and I like the look. I don't mind the look, but again, I'm using one of the more like nude shades, which is exposed right now, and you can see how intense this is. So you can imagine that if I was using one of the more brighter shades like Captivating or like Charmed, those are just going to look, I mean, I would essentially look like a clown if I was wearing any of these, like any of the other ones, as heavy handed as this. So that tells you, if you are someone who is a beginner or you are very heavy handed with blushes, please do not purchase the Tarte blushes. These are just not going to be for you. On the other hand, if you're on the opposite side of the spectrum, I actually would not recommend the Colorbar blushes to you, because if you are someone who is on camera a lot, or if you have a job where you need to be wearing your makeup all day, and you need your makeup to look perfect for long hours, maybe you're an air hostess, maybe you work at a makeup counter and you do your makeup at the beginning of the day and you need your makeup to look good till the end of the day, or maybe you are an aspiring actor and you go for a ton of auditions, or you have any job basically where you need your makeup to look good throughout the day, and you need it to look perfect and put together all throughout the day. I do feel like blush is something that you might not want to reapply and touch up, etc. And in that case, I wouldn't actually recommend the Colorbar blushes. I love these blushes and I will continue to purchase them and repurchase them if I need to be, if I ever run out. I have used this blush like 100 times, and you can see the embossment has definitely gone down, but I am nowhere close to hitting pan on this. That is how much product is in here, and I feel like I will essentially never run out of it. I know I will run out of it at some point, because I love it and I wear it so much, and I do plan on actually purchasing more shades as well. but this is something that is not super duper long lasting. I don't mind the fact that it's not as long lasting because my job doesn't require me to be wearing makeup at all. But if you are someone like that, I wouldn't actually recommend the Colorbar blushes. In fact, I wouldn't recommend any of the other blushes that are out there in the market, because I just don't think that a lot of brands make as long lasting of blushes apart from Tarte. They make really long lasting blushes, and if you know of other long lasting blushes, please leave them down in the comments, because I think it would be helpful for other people to know. But I have not just found any other formulation apart from Tarte that is as long lasting, and I also haven't heard of people talking about long lasting blushes for some reason. So that's that. We were talking about that for a hot second. Now let's move on and talk about some body products. I also have one perfume, by the way, that I want to speak about, and since both of them are from the same category essentially, or the same brand or the same range, let's talk about them together. So I am speaking about the Plum Body Lovin' range. I do want to speak about the body yogurt, the formulation, not the specific scent. And then I also want to talk about the Hawaiian Rumba fragrance. So let's start with the body yogurt first. This is basically a gel moisturizer, but for your body. So even though I have spoken about this for a long time, I have gone through tubs and tubs and tubs of this, I still want to let you know that this is a very lightweight body formulation. It is something that is made for people who do not typically like to put on lotion on their body because of how quick absorbing it is, and it will kind of dry down very quickly and keep you moisturized for a decent amount of time. But if you are someone who has more drier skin, or you feel like you need something that's more thick and heavy, and if your skin just soaks up and drinks up all the product, this is not for you, because this is something even I have been experiencing recently, is that this would keep me moisturized. Like if I'm putting this on in the morning, I would say it keeps me moisturized till about, I want to say 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. After that, my skin starts feeling dry again. So it'll just keep me moisturized for a couple of hours, nothing more than that. And because I have started feeling more dry, and like I've told you even in the beginning of the video, my skin overall has started getting a little bit more on the dry side. So because of that, I feel like this is actually a product I don't tend to grab for or reach for anymore, just because of that simple fact. I feel like once my skin gets a little better and it doesn't feel as dry, I might get back onto this again, because I do have 2 tubs sitting in my collection right now, which I want to use, of course. But right now I'm not using this product because, again, I feel like it's not enough for me. So if you are someone who has more normal dry skin, I don't think you will actually like this product. If you have super oily skin, or if you feel like every lotion you put on yourself is just too heavy, then only you might like this. So do keep that in mind if you've seen me talking about this, or you've seen this in my empties videos, in my most repurchased products video. It is one of my most repurchased products, but it used to work for me back in the day when I was kind of like against putting on body moisturizer. Now things have changed a little bit. So yeah, that's that. Moving on, next we were talking about the Plum Body Lovin' Hawaiian Rumba scent. So let's talk about this. The reason I'm showing you my travel size is because I'm almost out of my full size, and I don't want to show you my like progress update photos before we do the summer roundup. So that's the reason I'm not showing you that bottle. But this specific scent has been in my purse a lot, and it's also been my signature scent for a few weeks now. So I've been using it and loving it every single day. That being said, I do want to tell you who this will not work for, because this scent specifically in the scent family has gotten a lot of hype, a lot of like rave reviews, and everyone typically tends to like it. So that is what you might think. But because this has been my signature scent and I've been wearing it for a couple of weeks specifically to office, I have actually noticed that there is a group of people who would not like this scent, and that is people who are more into fresh masculine scents. They would absolutely hate this and think that it's too sweet for them. So depending on what kind of perfumes you like, you can probably then figure out whether or not you would like this. If you like, again, like I said, more aqua, fresh, even floral scents, and you don't like sweet scents, you don't like tropical scents, you don't like sickly sweet scents, this might probably not work for you. So do keep that in mind, depending on what scent profile you are around. Because literally I have come across people who, like my office colleagues, who literally come to me and told me, what are you wearing, this is way too nauseating, we just cannot deal with it. So I'm like, oh my god, okay, fine. So yeah, I would still continue wearing it. I'll just make sure that I'm physically distant from them when I am spraying this on, and throughout the day the scent will definitely mellow down. So that's not like the biggest concern to me, but it's something that I do want to still specify and mention. So yeah, that's that. Those are all the products. I do want to do a part 2 because I feel like I will eventually come across more products in my collection that I feel like I can speak to you about. I'm actually thinking about a couple of products as I speak. So if you do want to see a part 2 on this video, let me know. I would definitely love to do that. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you enjoyed this twist on my de-influencing trend. And that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.